Do you want to live rich or do you want to live free? Or can you have it all? Well, we're going to answer this very provocative question in our two-part financial freedom series, so stay locked in. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, certified financial planner and president and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. And we want to thank you for tuning in to our Retirement Education Concepts videos. These videos were created to help to make the difficult and confusing retirement process simple.
Yes, because with so many retirement strategies out there and so many retirement concepts, and of course, with so many retirement products, it can become very difficult for consumers to digest it all. That's why we are so fortunate that we work with a team of expert advisors to help us build a financial roadmap that will let our clients know when, where, and how they can reach their retirement goals.
For additional concepts on how to maximize your retirement, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. Now, Carson, you're raising a very unique question about lifestyle choices. Live rich or live free? Now, this is a very interesting question. What are you looking to convey with this?
Yeah, I'm hoping that it is a provocative question. Well, Andrea, both you and I are in our 40s. I'm in my 40s, and I've been a financial service professional for more than 22 years now. And in saying this, I have seen a very disturbing trend of many people, when we're looking at their retirement situation, have actually spent so much time trying to live rich, they are not able to live free. And so I don't want people to fall into this trap. So today we're going to be talking about the differences of living rich or deciding to live free. But before we do that, there are 2 rules to retirement income that we'd like to give you. And Andrew, what are those 2 rules?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money. And rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
So let's go ahead and jump into our lesson today as I talk about the differences of living rich versus living free.
Well, Carson, what is one of the most disturbing things that you see when it comes to people living rich or living free?
Yeah, probably one of the most disturbing things that I see is when I see the debt load that many people have in order to try to look rich, Andrea, or live rich. Now, when we're talking about debt, we know there's good debt and there's bad debt. But the part that I want to focus on is really the bad debt, because this can really stop you from living free. So when you look at people having a huge mortgage, this big home that they really can't afford or afford to live in, or maybe they have expensive cars that they can't really afford to drive or even have the upkeep on. Maybe they're taking these luxurious vacations just to look good, and they're putting all these things on credit cards. And so when we're looking at these trends, we know that so many people fall into this trap of trying to live rich by trying to afford some of these things versus living free. Now, when you take on all of this bad debt, it compromises your ability to retire properly. So there may be times where I speak with someone and they're living in this huge home and they have this expensive car, but they may have $25,000 or less saved for their retirement. This is absolutely a reversal of what you should be doing. So you cannot retire when you want to, so therefore you're not free. You can't retire where you would like to, you're not free. And so you're losing your options because you haven't saved enough money. So what happens when that job ends? What are you going to do then? You may not be able to find the type of income that you were used to be able to live rich like you were before. So it is critically important that you make a decision today. Are you going to try to live rich by buying the big home, buying the expensive cars, going on these vacations that you're putting on credit cards, or are you going to decide to live free? It is a choice.
Well, Carson, this is such a good topic. The next thing that you have on your list is working with someone versus working for someone. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, this concept is very, very interesting. And some people may not have ever even thought about this. But because I've owned my business for many years and I've hired people, I want people to really understand this concept. There is a huge difference between working with someone versus working for someone. You work with me. Andrew, she works with me. Our extended partners in our company, they work with me. They don't work for me. When you work with someone, Andrea, you're able to be an indispensable person in that organization because you're bringing value to that organization. You're bringing fresh ideas. You're bringing your effort. So you're not trying to perhaps maybe live rich. You're trying to live free because now you're someone who just can't be controlled or fired on a whim because you bring that value. So I want people to understand when you're trying to live rich or choose to live free, make sure that whatever you're doing, whatever job that you're on, you're coming in bringing fresh ideas. You're coming in making sure that you're bringing your best effort so you can be considered working with an organization versus working for them. Because I can assure you at some point, if you're just working for someone, they are going to easily be able to find someone that can take your place.
Carson, last, what you have on your list is working for money versus working for freedom. That's another interesting concept. So tell us more about this.
Yeah, that's what this video is about. It's about being a little bit provocative, Andrea. Working for money or working for freedom. You have to make a choice here. And I think people need to hear about this. This concept really is about choosing happiness versus choosing money or to live rich. Now, many studies have shown that money and happiness actually do not have a real positive correlation. As a matter of fact, most studies show that your happiness ends at an income level of around $75,000 a year. So above that, a person's happiness really doesn't increase. Now, when it comes to a person who's choosing to live rich, it's very easy for you to go ahead and take a position where you're going to make more money. But many studies have shown that when you take on these positions, a lot of times what you're going to have, along with the increase in income, is an increase in stress. You also may have an increase in responsibilities, which may keep you away from your home life. You may even have to move away from where you're living in order to take said position, and that can disrupt your family life. So you really have to be thoughtful about the ideas of taking on more money, thinking that you're going to have more happiness or more freedom. Because when you decide to choose to work for freedom, you may realize that you have a more fulfilling life, that you're even more productive in what you're doing because you love what you're doing. And these are your intangibles that money just cannot buy. Not only that, when you're doing what you love to do, you may also find that you have an increased level of success in your life. So it is critical that if you're deciding to live rich versus living free, that you really counted up all of the costs.
Well, Carson, thank you again for your insight on this topic, and thank you for watching. And if you felt this information was beneficial, please like this video and share with others.
So I really hope that the information that we provided for you today will give you some insight on whether you should decide to live rich or live free. Please note that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and your own attorney regarding your personal situation. Also, if you are looking for an independent fiduciary advisor, we highly recommend that you utilize the link in our description below and go ahead and schedule a 1-hour free consultation with us today.
For additional information about this topic or any of the other topics that we've shared in our other videos, please feel free to reach out to our office or leave any questions or comments in the section below. After this video, please check out our other videos that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
We have answers.